Today I want to share openly and authentically about a perspective in our world today. Here we are at 2009, coming to the end of it as we go to 2010. I want to honor each and every one of you for your giftedness in making the choice to be a part of this community. It's what will separate you and does separate you from the rest of the pack. That being said, I want you to understand something. Your decision-making ability to make the right decisions, to make a 3% decisions, will set you apart, but that's just part of the equation. See, when you really discuss success, the toughest thing about success is you've got to keep on being a success. You've got to keep on being a success. See, talent, good decision-making ability, is only a starting point in business. You've got to keep working that talent. And you can't coast on your abilities. If you try to wing it, others will fly past you. Makes me think of a quote from Stephen King. I'm not a big Stephen King fan, but I did see him quoted the other day regarding this very subject. He says, "Talent is cheaper than table salt." What separates the talented individual from the successful one is very simple. It's just a lot of hard work. See, and much of that work takes place in your character, in your private world. Haven't each of you known someone, known a person who should have really risen to the top but didn't? They had all the talent they'd ever need or require, but they just didn't succeed. Their talent made them stand out, but their lack of integrity made them sit down. Their friends, their families, coaches, bosses saw that talent, saw that giftedness, but still wonder, why do they keep falling short of their expectations? See, their talent opens the door, but your wrong choices will shut it. Pretty profound realization when you really think about it. You know, we're programmed in this world to seek security. Primary reason many people seek job security is because they're taught to seek it. We're taught at home, when growing up, we're taught it at school. Our education system focuses on preparing today's youth to get a good job by developing skills. Schools focus on teaching people to work for money, not how to harness money's power. I think Kiyosaki even references that same thought. And it's not just the schools that have preached this doctrine. Most people have grown up with the mentality that you should go to school, get a secure job, work your way up the corporate ladder. This is the way it worked for a majority of the families in America for decades. Great example, on a personal note, this past weekend, my daughter, as you all know by now, she plays the violin. She's actually in 3 different orchestras. And went up after the orchestra. She performed at a local, actually it's a private club here, and whole group was there, and went up and said hello to the main teacher. Guy's got his doctorate degree. Great man, really nice man. But it was my daughter and my wife Lori and myself, and we're just having a brief chat, and Riley's there, my daughter's there with us, and he mentioned, he said, she's doing really, really good. You know, she's first chair in the orchestra, and we could go down that list, but that's not the point of the thought. But he stopped at the end of it. He says, I want you to never forget. Please help her to never forget. To have her maintain her other studies as well. And that's not an issue with her, but listen to what he was saying. But he looked at her and me and her mother and said this: you can only make so much money playing the violin. The best you'll ever be able to do is to teach. It's the most money you'll ever make. And I was floored. What a limiting belief that is. I could sit here and rattle off musician after musician after musician who's living a mighty fine lifestyle, playing an instrument, much less a violin. But there's the doctrine, limiting belief. So there was an opportunity as we're driving home going, you know what Dr. McDowell just told you, babe? Don't buy it, because you can do anything that you want. You can do anything you want. Folks, this industry that we're in right now is booming. It's booming. Home-based entrepreneurs have an extreme impact, not just in North America's economy, but the world economy. And the projections, you know, there's over 15 million people in this business, and they're going to see twice the growth in the next 10 years than we've experienced in the last 10 years. Direct selling, not whatever you want to call our industry, we're going to see twice the growth in the next 10 years. And I want to honor you for being talented enough to make the choice, but I want you to understand it's time to go to work. Each week, just here in the United States, 175,000 people, and more than 300,000 around the world are taking advantage of our industry. Yet, understand, despite this explosive growth, less than 1% of the world's population is currently involved in our industry. We've just begun. We've just begun. Now it's time to go to work. Now it's time to go to work. Forget the paycheck, folks. Your W-2 days are over. It's a 1099 world now. And we're a part of it. And I'm proud to be a part of it. No matter where you are right now in your business, there's challenges. Hey, let's talk about Jim Rohn again. Go to work harder on yourself than you do your living. Watch what happens. Tough times, folks, never last. Tough people do. Let's show them. Each and every CarbonCopyPRO member out there, I want you to know something today. You inspire me. I am privileged and blessed to be here with you. But today, let's do something really good and really positive for someone. But let's do it in the knowing there's absolutely no way that they could ever repay us.